Hi, John Files again from Sonata Marketing and GR Bass USA. I want to talk about another new product from the great engineers at GR Bass in Italy. Keep coming out with new products that are just amazing. So today what I want to introduce to you is the GR Bass PureDrive. This is the PureDrive pedal. It mirrors the preamp section of the GR Bass 1 and Dual series. Where it has the 4-band EQ with tone switches on it. I'll cover that in just a moment in detail. It also has the drive function. Has a really easy to read, very functional tuner. Has a DI output, a 9-volt in, instrument in and through, and then foot switches, which are lighted different colors for each function on the foot pedal. It's very well made, very compact. This is a terrific product. If you have a vintage bass and want a preamp, but you don't want to do anything to the vintage bass, which I don't recommend, this would be excellent for it. Even if you have a more modern bass and need a little bit more tone sculpting, this is great. They're great for houses of worship, to use with ear systems. You can use them for radio shows, practice. You can use it as a backup. In case your amplifier goes out, you can carry this with you, plug it into the PA in a pinch if you have to. It's lightweight, small, can fit on your pedal board. I use it as a front end for my recording system. So it's a great all-around piece. So yeah, that's basically what it is, and I'm going to walk you through all the features and start with the tuning function on the pedal. So give me just a second and we'll start talking about that. All right, here's a close look at the GR Bass PureDrive pedal. Here we have the pedal turned on, and then over on this side we have the mute tuner switch. And what that's going to do is whenever you depress that button, right now we have the bass that goes through the pedal normally, and we depress that, it mutes the output of the pedal and it activates the tuner. And the tuner up here in the corner is so much better than a lot of LCD tuners. Sometimes you see them built into amps, or you see them on certain pedals or headstock clip-ons that are LCD, and they're very hard to read even if they're backlit. This has got a lighted segment, and then it has 2 dots, one on the left, one on the right, that shows you when it's in tune. When they're both lit, you know that you have the tuning centered. So I'm just going to kind of go through a little bit of process here. My old P bass, and there's my G that's in tune. There's the D. Comes the A. And there's the E. That's all there is to it. That is about how easy the tuning is on the PureDrive pedal. It's very stable, very clear, and very concise. I'm going to walk you through the feature set of the GR Bass PureDrive pedal. On the right hand side you see the DC 9-volt power supply input. This requires DC power. It will not operate on a battery, just so you know. This is the instrument input, signal input. On the left hand side you have the output to your amplifier, your low impedance balanced XLR output to go to front of house or recording, whatever you're going to hook that up to. And then it has the ground lift for the XLR. You can't see that, but it's down here on the side. You have, this is divided into a couple of different sections. This is your input section. This is the level to the DI, and this is pre or post. With the switch up, it's post, meaning all of your tone control functions will come through the output. Even if this is pre, which keeps the tone controls coming out, pre still continues to let the drive function come through, which is really great because you can decide whether you want drive with tone or drive without tone. That's very clever. This is your master output. I'll go through the drive in just a second. You have 4 tone controls that pretty much mirrors what's on the GR Bass preamplifiers, where you have a low shelving and a high shelving, and then a low mid and a high mid peaking control. You have a deep switch and a bright switch, just like on the amps. One departure is that you have 2 frequency settings instead of 3 like on the amp. And that has to do with the architecture of the switch itself, where this is a depressed switch instead of a slide switch. With this up, you have the lower frequency, and this is the higher frequency. The same here, the lower frequency and the higher frequency. We need to press it, so that's very easy to remember. Then you have your drive switch, which activates this section. There's a drive filter, the amount of drive input, and there's your drive modulation. So between these two, you can get a lot of overdriven sound with the master. You can get it pretty hairy, you can get it just a slight grit, all the way to fuzzing out. So it's really very, very versatile. One thing I really like about this pedal is the fact that each one of the switches uses a different color light. Makes it really easy to remember, easy to see on stage. It's a small detail. That's one of the things that's great about GR Bass, is they spend a lot of time and attention to detail. So that's one of the things I really, really like. Now, what I'm going to do going forward is I'm going to play a loop, pre-recorded bass loop, through the GR Bass PureDrive. So let me get that set up for you. Alright, we're going to explore the tone control section. So as I had mentioned, I'm going to take a pre-recorded bass loop from Pro Tools. I'm going to feed that into the pedal and out. The reason I'm going to do that is I want to keep the playing independent of the EQ, meaning that the player is not going to be affected by the EQ. I just want to hear what the EQ will do on a signal. A lot of times when you test these things out, as you start changing tones, people start digging in and playing differently. I don't want that sort of response. I want you to hear just what the pedal will do. So I'm going to play the loop. And there we have a 61 P bass, Tomastic, Infeld, 9 3/44s, dry, just with this one channel, and then I'm going to show you some of the EQ. So here's the low frequency. If you don't have earbuds or headphones on, I recommend it. Here's the cut. Here's the deep switch. Deep switch and the low band. Shelving is quite a bit of low end. Consequently, on the high end, is the bright control. Roll some of that off. Here's the bright switch. Both the bright switch and the bright is quite a bit of treble. Then you have your peaking controls. Boost. Sorry, my hand's in the way, but cut. You hear what a difference that is. With the different EQ center, difference. Then you have your high mid, starting first with the lower frequency. Now with the higher frequency. Quite a bit of tonal variation. Next thing we're going to listen to is the drive itself. You can hear how extreme it can get. And there it has the low filter in place. So what you could do is put the low filter on, which rolls off the low frequency of the distortion or fuzz on the top end. Dial in some low end from here. Clean fundamental low with the distortion lying on top. Pretty cool sound. And then back to clean sound. So that is the functionality of the GR Bass PureDrive, and I think we've pretty much covered everything in the pedal at this time. So that's the rundown on the GR Bass PureDrive pedal. As you can see, it's a great value, really well built, very well thought out, a lot of features. Highly recommend it. So we've got information on the website at sonatamarketing.com/grbass. If you need any more information, send us an email, call us, contact your GR Bass dealer. If you're in an area that doesn't have a GR Bass dealer, let them know you want to carry the products. We're opening people up as quickly as we can. We're getting product in from Italy. It's a great value. It's a wonderful company to do business with. They've got some really smart people, and they're thinking ahead about all kinds of new products for us bass players. So let us know also if there's a dealer that you want us to contact. We'll be happy to do that as well. So if we can help you with anything related to GR, let us know, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks, and have a great day.